The demand for a premier edge rusher in the NFL is real. We've seen players like Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Trayvon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, and Will Anderson all get taken with top 3 picks in recent NFL drafts. And that leaves us with an obvious question heading into the 2023 college football season. Who will it be this year? Some think it's Florida State's Jared Verse, Ohio State's JT Tuimoloau, or even Penn State's Chop Robinson. But could it be Alabama's Dallas Turner? Does he have what it takes to become the next Will Anderson and be an elite NFL draft prospect? Today, I'm going to break down the strengths and weaknesses of his game so we can decide if he's worthy of being considered as one of the top defenders in this class. Dallas Turner has a lot of things going for him, so we're going to start out going over the positives in his game. Without watching even a second of film, there's good things going on. He broke out from a statistical standpoint during his true freshman season with the Crimson Tide, logging 8.5 sacks while allowing a QB rating of just 74 when targeted in coverage. That's a promising enough sign in and of itself, but it gets even better when you roll the tape. The first thing that stands out when you watch him play is his speed. He's incredibly fast, and he uses that to his advantage as much as he can. When he goes up against bigger offensive linemen, he can usually just beat them with his first step alone off the line of scrimmage. He's that damn fast. He's usually just able to win with speed, but he also has great strength to go with that. He's shown on multiple occasions that he can put an offensive lineman in the dirt or drive them 5 yards in the backfield. And that combination of traits will make him nearly unguardable if he can refine a couple of other areas of his game. He does all this while measuring in at 6'4", 240 pounds, which is close to the same size as someone like TJ Watt. This makes him heavy enough to go toe-to-toe with offensive linemen in the trenches, but still light and nimble enough to effectively cover running backs and tight ends when he lines up as an outside linebacker. His coverage has been spotty at times in college, but that's not his primary job. His competence in coverage is a complement to his primary ability, which is rushing the passer. This versatility helps him fit into most schemes that an NFL defense is going to run. So we know that there's a lot working in his favor. So what's the downside with him? Why isn't he widely considered as an elite prospect, despite all these great things about him I just said being true? Well, it's a variety of reasons, the first of which being his disappointing season in 2022. I mentioned earlier that he dominated during his true freshman season and caught the attention of everyone in the SEC, but he failed to live up to the hype last year. His sack numbers dropped from 8.5 in 2021 to just 4 last year. And he also went from allowing a QB rating of 74 when targeted in 2021 all the way up to 106.3 in 2022. Both of these things happened despite him playing 239 more snaps on the year. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And it's really concerning to see college prospects take a big step back at the primary age when they should be taking a step forward. Aside from his statistical decline, there are a few flaws in his game that are going to need to be refined if he wants to be in the same conversation as his former teammate Will Anderson. The main one that I noticed when watching his film is his inconsistency as a run defender. Some think that he's good enough to be a 3-down edge in the NFL already, but I think he's too inconsistent in stopping the running game. He isn't great at tracking the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and he has occasional lapses in concentration that lead to him completely missing a ball carrier who's running right next to him. That's something that can probably be coached out of him on a Nick Saban-led defense, but we'll need to make sure that's not still an issue before he enters the draft next year. In pass coverage, his concentration issues have shown a few times as well. He sometimes just gets caught looking in the backfield rather than locking on his guy, and that can lead to him getting burnt like he did on this play.
There's the matchup on that right side on the big play. You see Dallas Turner is in man, and Bijan just runs right by him.
My last big issue with Dallas Turner's skill set is his limited bag of pass rush moves. He wins with speed and wins with power so often, but he doesn't really have much finesse and doesn't use his hands effectively to get a blocker off of him. It's great that he can win just by being the better athlete, but that may not cut it in the NFL when the linemen are used to playing these kinds of players on a week-to-week basis. Overall, the pros definitely outweigh the cons for Turner, but I'm not quite sold on him as an early first rounder yet. His dip in production last year really scares me, and I think there are a few more things in his game that he's going to need to fine-tune before he's ready to compete with the best of the best. With that being said, He does have insanely high upside because of his elite athleticism, and I think he could propel himself into top 10 conversations if he can have a bounce back here in 2023. Look out for Dallas Turner in 2023 because he could be the next great player to come out of the NFL factory that is Alabama football. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a beat. If you want to see a specific player covered, leave them in the comments below and I'll make a video on them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.